Hi there YouTube friends, welcome back to another episode of Auntie A's Kitchen. My name's Amanda and I love sharing with people simple and delicious recipes that you can cook here in South Korea using South Korean ingredients. If this is your first time here, hi there, 안녕하세요, welcome to everybody wherever you are watching. I hope you're having a great day. Before we start, I have a quick question for you. Leave a comment below and let me know, what is your favorite type of cookie to eat? And in fact, if you like eating cookies, please look in the description below. I'm going to leave a link to a few different recipes that you might enjoy if you like eating cookies. For me, it's got to have chocolate inside, which is great because in today's recipe that I'm going to be sharing with you, almond butter chocolate chip cookies. These are incredibly delicious and so simple to make. I'm going to be using some of that almond butter that we made in the previous video, so if you haven't seen that, go check that one out first and then you can make your own almond butter and use that for this recipe. These cookies are incredibly delicious, crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside, just like an armadillo. You're going to want to make these for your family and friends. So let me show you today how we make almond butter chocolate chip cookies in South Korea.
As I mentioned in the introduction, I'm using some of my homemade almond butter and I'll put a link in the description below. You could also use some shop-bought almond butter. Next, I add some brown sugar and then get this mixed in. As always, the measurements for today's recipe can be found in the description below. Next, I add some vanilla essence, some salt and some baking soda to our mixture. The last main ingredient to add is 1 egg, and then I get this all mixed together. If you are new to baking, I highly recommend starting with this recipe because it is so simple. You really can't go wrong. Even I make mistakes and I'd forgotten to add one of the ingredients, so I add a little bit of baking powder and then get that mixed in. Our final ingredient, some chocolate chips, and I get these from Home Plus. I didn't mention this earlier, but as soon as I start making this recipe, because it's so quick, I put the oven on preheating so that it's ready. My favourite part of making cookies, other than eating them, is moulding them into shape. You can make them any size you would like, but I think this size works well for one portion. Make sure to line your baking tray with some baking paper. Then the final step is with a fork to crisscross the cookies, which spreads them out and helps them to cook evenly. Then place your cookies into your preheated oven for about 10 to 12 minutes depending on your oven. With these cookies, it is absolutely essential to let them cool on the baking tray for 5 minutes before you move them, otherwise they will fall apart. After 5 minutes, I transfer them onto a cooling rack, then continue to make my second batch of cookies. I repeat this procedure with my second batch of cookies, mould them and then press them with the fork and into the oven until golden brown on the edges. I continue this procedure until all the cookies are made. What I don't show you on camera is, of course, I had to taste one of the first batch cookies once they were cooled to check that it was okay, and it was good. But don't take my word for it, go and make this recipe yourself and then let me know what you think. Here we have some delicious homemade almond butter chocolate chip cookies that are simple to make and delicious to eat. Crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside, they just melt away in your mouth. Perfect with a cup of tea or a glass of milk. I know you will enjoy eating these cookies. This is a flexible recipe. You could even switch out the chocolate chips for some raisins or cranberries or even some broken up nuts. Just have fun with this recipe. Thanks for watching today. If you got this far in the video, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a safe week. God bless. Chop och hamnada.